Hey everyone, Eric here. In this video, we're checking out the Atropos from Prodigal Sound. The Atropos is a modulated delay pedal, and we have a few controls that we'll be familiar with. In the middle here, we have our wet-dry blend, so at minimum, we only have dry signal. We don't have any delay, and as we turn it up, we introduce more delay, and all the way at the max, we have both wet and dry, and our delay signal is a little bit louder than our dry signal. On the left here, we have our delay time knob, so this controls the speed of the delay. As we turn it down to minimum, we get a super fast delay, and as we turn it up, we get longer delays. At max, we get a full second of delay time. Next to our delay time, we have our feedback knob. So at minimum, we get one repeat. As we turn it up, we start to get more repeats in our delay signal. And to about, I'd say 2 to 3 o'clock is when self-oscillation begins to happen. It's not super intense. As you turn it up past that 3 o'clock, you get more intense oscillation. Sticking with self-oscillation for a second, we have a swell foot switch on the bottom right of the pedal. Now this is a momentary foot switch, so when you press and hold this foot switch, it sends the Atropos into self-oscillation, essentially maxing out this feedback knob. And along with this foot switch, we have this knob right here on the top of the pedal, which controls how fast or slow the Atropos sends itself into oscillation. So at one end, we have a really gradual, fade into oscillation, and then at the other end we have you press and hold, and then you automatically get all of that self-oscillation as quick as possible. Moving along across the pedal, we start to get into our modulation controls. Now we have a modulation depth, which controls the intensity of the modulation, and then a modulation rate, which controls how fast or slow the modulation happens. We also have a wave shape toggle, which correlates to the LFO wave shape for our modulation. In the left position, we get a square wave modulation, which is really stark and really glitchy sounding. In the middle, we have a smoother modulation with a triangle wave, which slowly glides from that valley to the peak in the modulation. And then on the right side, we have more of a random, sort of unpredictable LFO waveform. In this next demonstration clip, you'll see that the trails toggle switch enables and disables trails in the right position. It is our on, trails are on. So as we turn the pedal off, we get delay signal still ringing out as it fades out subtly over our dry signal. And if we turn it off, as we turn the pedal off, it cuts the delay signal completely. So we don't have any spillover with trails disabled. In this next clip, I want to do something a little bit more unconventional and get a different sound than you normally think of when you hear modulated delay pedal. So what we'll do is we'll turn the time and the feedback all the way down, so we have one repeat and our delay signal is as close to our dry signal as possible. And then I'll crank up the mix knob so we have a lot of wet and a lot of dry signal, and then I'll use the LFO controls to get a more chorus-like sound instead of a delay sound. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Atropos from Prodigal sound. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. Check out all the other gear demos and instructional videos I have here. And if you want to follow me on a daily basis or interact with me a little bit more, you can always head on over to Instagram and follow me at Eric Merrow. Before we get out of here, I want to send a gigantic, huge thank you to these folks right over here who are my executive producers from my Patreon page. I really appreciate all the support. If you'd like to know more about Patreon, I will leave a link in the description below. So thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good one.